Hey everyone, and Happy New Year. I wanted to hop on the channel and do one of these solo episodes, something that I rarely do, but I do like to occasionally check in and fill you in on the show and where it's headed. I want to start though with a bit of a retrospective, because when I think back to January 2023, I had just received my last paycheck, and I was on my own building this channel and putting out episodes. I'd book the guest and record the episode and edit it. I don't know if you could really call it even editing, because I certainly didn't have the right skills. My shots weren't framed up very nicely. The lighting wasn't so great. The sound wasn't that great, but you all were just absolutely incredible in your encouragement and encouraging me to keep going. And it really gave me that faith to keep putting content out there. And it's kind of funny now to look back at that and be a little bit embarrassed, but hey, you got to keep shipping and putting out great content. So I just want to say thank you to you all, because you all really gave me that encouragement in the earlier days of the show. I also want to give a really special shout out to someone who doesn't get nearly as much credit as they should. And that is my talented producer, Matt Marlinsky, who has really leveled up the production on the show. You can see here in my new studio, you'll see more in the new year, you'll see this change a little bit, and it'll be so much better. But I give so much credit to Matt for not only leveling up the production, but for keeping me accountable and being a support system behind the scenes, because the show is just really taking off in a meaningful way since he came on board. There's a lot to be grateful for in the last year. I had some incredible milestones. We had amazing guests join the show. Had Bill Ackman on for episode 100. I had folks like Nassim Taleb, who rarely ever gives podcast interviews, if any. He came on the show. Legends like Dr. Lacey Hunt and Ray Dalio coming on the show. So many incredible guests. And that was just huge, especially as a solo creator, to be able to bring in some of these incredible folks. We also had the milestone of the exact 1-year anniversary of the show on August 9th. I told many of you all that when I first started the show, I even told my family and my parents that it would be so cool to hit 10,000 in a year. That would be such a dream. And I wasn't sure I could even do that, but it was just a goal out there. And so to hit that exact milestone on the 1-year anniversary was phenomenal. And then right after, I was telling Matt, it would be so cool to hit 20,000 by the new year, which we already did, which was so cool to hit the 20,000 milestone. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed to the show, because I always say that my viewers are the nicest people on the internet. And I believe that, because even when we go back to when the content wasn't so great in terms of the production quality, you all were still encouraging me. And that meant so much. And when I was a journalist, they used to say, oh, don't read the comment section, never read the comment section. Well, I look forward to reading the comment section, because I just love hearing from you all and seeing what you all have to say. And you really are just incredibly kind people. And it gives me that encouragement and faith to keep going. So thank you for just being amazing. I feel really lucky. And I also just appreciate the way that you all love my interviewing style. It is a little different. And I love to make the guest the star of the show. I actually like to speak as little as possible. I have this 90-10 rule where I try to speak only 10% of the time to give the guest as much room to articulate their ideas. I just love listening and learning and absorbing as much as I can. And it's awesome to see that resonates with many of you all. So just am incredibly grateful for that. I do want to do a bit of a look forward now that we're in the new year, just to share some more plans for the show. We're going to continue putting out 2 episodes per week. That is the goal. We put 86 out last year. I would love to do more than that. There were probably some weeks where I was only having one guest, maybe in those earlier days before Matt came on and really kept me accountable. So 2 episodes a week. I want to do more in-person episodes. A lot of you all loved the in-person episode I did with Ted Oakley in Austin. I did too. It was just so amazing being in person with someone and really just looking them in the eyes and listening to them. So I plan to do more of those. We'll scout out some opportunities in some cities and do a couple guests at a time. So that's a big goal of mine. I would love to get sponsors on this show. I haven't brought on any sponsors. I want to be really intentional about who we end up partnering with, because I also want it to be a value add to you all, the audience. So I have been patient in that process as well. But it is a goal of mine. So maybe you all have an idea. You can always reach out to me. My email is julia@julialaroche.com. I'll leave that in the comments section. And I want to just continue bringing in more amazing guests. I love when you all recommend guests because you all have suggested some amazing names, and I am so appreciative of that. So you can also email me or leave it in the comment section who you'd like to see on the show. And again, I just want to reemphasize my gratitude and my commitment to you all to continue to put out great content and to always do my homework. It doesn't mean that I will know everything when I sit down in the chair, but I want to be prepared for every interview. So I will always do my homework. I'm definitely not an expert. I am learning along the way. I promise to always actively listen and follow up, to speak less and listen as much as I can, and to make the guest, not myself, the star of the show. And I'm going to continue to do the work and trust the process, have faith, and keep going. So again, thank you all so much. And I wish you all a happy and prosperous new year.